Thank you to Ontivity for providing the tower and the personnel for our video training series on wire rope safety climb installation. Perfect Vision is the manufacturer of the Climb Max Safety Climb, but the information shared in this video will hold true to many of the other wire rope safety climbs manufactured by others. Back in 2019, TIF published a white paper on climbing facilities for antenna supporting structures. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. It was a collaboration of A&E firms, manufacturers, tower owners, carriers, and contractors, where roles and responsibilities were identified, documented, and discussed. The most important part was the communications pathway that can exist between all of them, allowing support of each other's roles and responsibilities. All of what we will be sharing today was derived from this document. It can be found at tifonline.org under White Papers. Let's start with some fundamental facts about the intended use of the structures that wire rope safety climbs are being installed on. The primary function of these structures is to support antennas and other telecommunications equipment used to deploy wireless networks. Due to the structure's intended use, it is sometimes necessary to install equipment in a manner that obstructs the climbing path or even the wire rope safety climb. The key is that when we are installing a new safety climb or installing appurtenances such as mounts on the structure with an existing safety climb, that we do not cause any damage. Damage could be in the form of damage to the structure, the wire rope, the appurtenances, or the network. I know it seems rudimentary, but it requires some real planning from the installing contractor's side, especially when many times there is no real documentation provided showing what they can expect when on site. This is why it's so critical to have competent people that are supported and trained in installation, use, and maintenance of a wire rope safety climb. We'd like to shed some light on a few things that we've heard regularly. There are many ways to climb a structure, and most structures have a variety of available climbing facilities. It is up to the competent person to determine the climbing facility that they will be using as part of their fall protection plan, including an inspection and assessment before ever hooking into anything. It is important to remember that a wire rope safety climb is just an appurtenance on a structure and can only be used as part of a fall protection plan or considered a system after the following has occurred. Number 1, a competent person assesses the wire rope safety climb. Number 2, a competent person deems it acceptable for use. 3, a competent person attaches to the system with fall protection equipment. The system is comprised of a wire rope safety climb, the competent person, and their fall protection equipment. The use of step bolt anchors, structural tower members, and fall arrest lanyards are also acceptable methods of a fall protection plan once they are evaluated. These methods were used before wire rope safety climbs existed. They still require a competent person to determine what the fall protection plan is. And today, in order to climb many structures, may require a mixture of methods to get the job done. Remember, the intended use of the structure, it is an antenna supporting structure, and that safety climbs became widely implemented because when properly assessed and used, they can aid in safety planning and efficiency. When used correctly as a safety climb system, it is like having an HOV lane on the structure. Now, with all this in mind, we are ready to climb and get the work completed that we set out to get done. As we ascend the structure and come to the first rad center where mounts exist, take note of how the wire rope is passing by, around, and through the mount. Is it properly secured so not to cause the damage to the wire rope, mount, structure, or network? There are several ways to guide the rope around and through the obstruction. Perfect Vision is one of the manufacturers that has products to help with guiding. Using a locking wire rope guide is a common way to achieve this. There are several ways to attach these locking guides to to various appurtenances. What if the only way to secure the wire rope is to have it pass behind the mount, making it so the climber must detach from the safety climb wire rope to climb past the obstruction? Keep in mind the alternative climbing methods that can be used as part of your fall protection plan. Pick your method and climb safely past the obstruction. Many times, the best way to avoid damage to both the wire rope as well as the mount is to pass the wire rope behind the mount. The optimal installation of the wire rope is to have it be as vertically straight as we can. Having a straight wire rope allows for an easier assessment of the safety climb from the ground because it is obvious to the assessor that the safety climb is not being damaged by any appurtenances. Feedback is an important aspect to the work done by A&E companies, as well as the manufacturers. Feedback on site designs helps A&E companies design better sites, and feedback on products helps manufacturers develop better products. When we come together, we can collectively improve our industry, which creates an environment to have a successful future for everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this presentation on safety climb systems.